My name is Caitlin Chuang, and this is my self-improvement project. I decided to target sleep as it could improve my emotional, intellectual, and physical wellness. Before coming to college, I had a pretty consistent sleep schedule, and I wanted to go back to having one. So my first approach was to target 3 areas: what interfered with my sleep, what helps it, and keeping myself accountable. So this included limiting my phone usage, establishing a consistent nighttime routine, and tracking my sleep and mood. I also set an ideal schedule to follow through the 11 weeks. So starting on September 19th, every week I would try to go to bed 15 minutes earlier. So going back to my first target, I utilized Apple's sleep focus mode, which blocked notifications starting 45 minutes before my set bedtime. I also started charging my phone wirelessly on my desk rather than next to my bed to prevent myself from using it. So the top 2 things I did was to stretch for 10 minutes and perform my skincare routine. These 2 actions formed kind of like a habit chain, and going to sleep was always the next step. I also chose to keep track of how I was feeling every day after I woke up by writing on a Notion page. Initially, I also created a physical sleep tracker that tracked if I met my bedtime goal, my mood, and hours of sleep, but I found it difficult to keep up with. So for changes, unfortunately, there weren't many changes. Prior to this project, I was sleeping an average of 6 hours and 10 minutes, and at the end, it stayed pretty much the same. There was a slightly positive trend in the beginning, but as school workload piled up, I found it difficult to meet my sleep goals. Here are the resources that I referenced and researched. And as my reflection, my goal was to gradually shift up my sleep schedule, aiming for at least 7 hours of sleep per night. However, despite keeping up with the habits that I created for myself, during particular times of the semester when workload increased, the amount of sleep I got decreased significantly. I realized that the interference that I thought was my phone turned out not to be true. Rather, it was the work that I had to finish. So moving forward, rather than addressing specific sleep goals, I might consider prioritizing time management and becoming more efficient with finishing my assignments. Since I am a perfectionist, I often catch myself spending a lot more time on assignments than necessary. I do, however, plan to continue with my before bedtime routine and limits on phone usage, since I do think that created some positive impact in my day-to-day routine.